We have some big free agency news, free agency updates, rumors. I don't know how much of it's true, but I'm just saying what I reported and saying some more stuff. But I got a list right here, a few things. Some is just like, I'm just going to state it. There's not much to talk about. And then some of it I'm going to go into more detail. I'm going to start off with Marc Gasol. He decided to exercise his $25.6 million option, so he will stay in Toronto for at least one more year. He obviously won the championship with them last year, so he's returning. Good for him. Getting a good chunk of money for it, too. Kawhi Leonard has opted out of his contract officially, or I guess it's official. I don't know. But I've heard rumors that he is seriously interested in staying in Toronto. Obviously, he could go elsewhere, Clippers, even the Lakers, which I've heard. But I think the Clippers and Toronto are his top options. I think he's staying in Toronto personally. And then what else is there? Klay Thompson has. There's a report that Klay Thompson has said if he is not offered a max contract by Golden State, he will listen to the Clippers and what they have to offer. So that would be interesting. Klay talking about how he wants to be in Golden State his whole life a couple months ago. Then he doesn't get a max contract with them, so he gets all salty and leaves. That would make an interesting story. But so Golden State, just going to talk about this for a minute. I don't know how much cap space they have, but I don't think they have enough for two max contracts for Durant and Klay. So they would obviously have to go into the luxury tax. And I don't know how much it would be, but I know that it'd be expensive. So I don't know if they're going to want to offer them both max contracts. That's Golden State's situation to figure out. But yeah, that'd be interesting if they both ended up not coming back. That would, oh man. That'd be bad for Golden State. Okay, on to the big stuff. That was really awkward laugh. On to the big stuff. So, we got three things to cover. Kemba Walker, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler. So the Celtics have emerged as the favorite for Kemba Walker, which obviously means that Kyrie Irving's leaving and likely Terry Rozier is leaving. So with those two gone, it opens up a bunch of cap space, which with that cap space you can fill in with Kemba Walker. Also talent. You lose Kyrie Irving, an all-star point guard. Great player all around. And you're like, who's going to replace him? And you see Kemba Walker. You put Kemba Walker in there, you're like, hey, not a bad trade-off. So it's really not, losing Kyrie is not going to look that bad if you can get Kemba Walker out of it. Obviously, two completely different players, but both pretty good point guards who are all-star level, able to all-star starters, all NBA. I mean, they're both great players, so if you can have either one of them on your team, that's great. But obviously, Kemba Walker going to Boston would mean that Kyrie Irving is leaving and likely Terry Rozier. So, that's Boston's situation. Obviously, also rumors that Al Horford is leaving. Then on to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, there are rumors that he bought a house in New York and that he sold his California house. I mean, obviously, people are freaking out. That means he's going to the Knicks or the Nets, right? That's all I got for that. That's the only rumor I've heard about that so far. So, good for him. I've heard a rumor that he might do a sign-in trade. I've also heard a rumor that he's really upset with Golden State. I don't know what that means. So, I've heard a lot of different things. I just don't know what to make of them. So, yeah. Then Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, this is a big one. He might do a sign-in trade and go to Houston. Well, what is Houston willing to give up? Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker. That's a little much. That's like when they offered four first-round picks for Jimmy Butler back when he was wanting out of Minnesota. So that's a little much. Maybe two of those three. And I think you can get rid of PJ Tucker. I think you can trade him away. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. He's scrappy. He's a hustler. He's a good player. He can't exactly score the ball great, but defensively, he's a great defender. He hustles. He gets on the ground for the ball, all that kind of stuff. He jumped 5 rows into the stands, all that fun stuff. Then you got Eric Gordon, three-point shooter, another offensive source. I don't think you want to give him up because obviously, as I said, he's another offensive source. Take some pressure off James Harden, and if you get Jimmy Butler as well. But if you give up Capella, you don't have a big. You got Nene Hilario or Hilario. What's his last name? Nene. We'll call him Nene. That's what he's called anyway. Whatever. But, anyways, losing Capella would mean that you're losing your best big and a pretty good up-and-coming big. So that would be a big loss for them, obviously. But you get Jimmy Butler. But you could obviously, if you do lose Capella in a trade, you still have free agency. You could pick up a center. There's a lot of centers available in this free agency. So you're not completely screwed if you trade him away. It's not like midseason. If you trade him, you don't get anything in return. And yeah, I don't know. But that's all I got for that. And that wraps it up. That's all the news I got for you. It's the major news at least. I don't know anything minor, but we got Kevin Durant selling his house, buying one in New York. Kemba now thinking about Boston. Jimmy Butler thinking about Houston. Marc Gasol's returning. Klay Thompson might leave. Kawhi opted out. That's pretty much it. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. 299. Pretty dang close to 300. So thank you guys. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, but once we get that 300th, we'll do a live stream, answer questions, all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe.